Ooh, ooh. Well, justice, come back home.
It has become my morning routine to read through my newspapers, which are about 3 years old, as I start my fire. And this morning, I found something that gave me a good laugh, so I want to show that to you.
Justice, I beg you, come back home. Come back home. From you left me and you don't come back. Oh. All my days get red. Fire was blazing hot.
How's our fox hide doing?
Standing on their own 2 feet, and those who've eyes to see.
I'm gonna go dump this in the creek and we're gonna rinse it out, get all the alkalinity out of it.
Back home. Justice, I beg you, come back home. Come back home. Say justice, come back home. Come back home.
I'm gonna be going fishing later with my mom. Since I know that night crawlers are used for bait and freshwater fishing, I thought I'd try them in the ocean.
I do not really know much about fiddleheads, but I kind of have seen pictures of them, and if I look in these ferns right here, I suppose we'll see if this is the kind you eat or not. I know they're really popular back east and also up in Oregon.
Justice, come back home.
I don't really know which seaweeds are edible, but I do know that this sea lettuce is edible. I have spotted a cabezone under a rock over here while I was looking around for mussels, so we're gonna try and catch him. He's just sitting there, I can't believe it.
Come back home.
If you were a fish, don't you think that would look good?
Well, is he gone or do you have him? Oops, I'm recording me. Can you believe that? I just saw it under a rock and caught it from the Awesome.
Awesome! I guess winter's back after all. With fiddleheads, the important thing is that this outer hair is really bitter, so you gotta get all this stuff off. When these fiddleheads start to uncurl, then the whole thing gets really bitter and it's basically unpalatable. So you gotta get them when they're really tightly coiled and right at the base of the fern. We're gonna take our fiddleheads and blanch them in boiling water for 4 minutes. Let me strain the water off. Add some more boiling water. And we're gonna boil it again for another 4 minutes. We're supposed to strain them and then put them in ice water, which I don't have. But my tap water is pretty cold. Cabezone are an interesting fish because they have like blue-green flesh.
Come back home.
What else my mom and I found today? That was definitely a successful foraging day for us. These are the good stuff. For tonight's dinner, we have rice with chanterelles. I actually made the rice with soup broth, which is super tasty. And then we also have our fiddleheads here, and some Swiss chard, and also my cabezone. In case you're wondering, this meal, from start to finish, took me 3 hours to make. What I'm really curious to know is how are the fiddleheads? Yeah, that's not very good at all. The fiddlehead that I'm looking for here that I know grows in Oregon is called the lady fiddlehead, and I have a feeling that that is not the fern that I was gathering those from, because there's a distinct puckering bitterness to that that doesn't seem like it should be there. I have heard that chanterelles don't make the best dried mushrooms, but since I got so many, I'm going to try and dry some so I can save them later for some soup, probably.
Political strategies keep your people in a poverty. Check how you move, where you stand up in this struggle.
My mushrooms have disappeared. It's amazing how much things shrivel up when you dehydrate them. There we go, ready to become soup. I can still remember being like, maybe like 12 years old, climbing around some tide pool, and my mom saying like, look at those things, those are called limpets, those are edible, you can eat them. And she like popped one off and was like trying to get me to eat it, and I was like, ooh, that's nasty, why would I eat that? But I ate it, and now it's friggin' hilarious to me that that's become like one of the staples of my diet. And so tonight I have a whole bunch of limpets. Those are nice big fat ones. And I also found 2 chiton. These are little chiton, and these are more the size of the shells that you find in shell mounds. So I'm gonna have to rethink my chiton strategy and try and eat these things and see if maybe the small ones are edible and the large ones are tire rubber. This is a kind of limpet chanterelle stir fry. So let's try one of the limpets. That's what I'm most curious about. Up until now, limpets have been so chewy that I've been pretty much swallowing them whole. If you tenderize them and then chop them up into bite-sized pieces, they're actually totally edible. Chiton, round 2. Let's see here if the chiton's any edible when it's small. That like plasticky super toughness is gone. It tastes more or less like a limpet that's got more flavorful. Limpets are fairly bland, so there you go. Little chiton, good. Big chiton, not worth your time. Let's see here if we can turn this sea lettuce into flour by putting it in this hand food processor. Wow, that's like nothing. This smells exactly like when you buy like sushi papers, you know, those squares of pounded up seaweed. Now I can put this in my bread or my acorn mash and I'll have a little bit of extra vitamins and minerals.
The pomegranate did tattoo me. In some places it really didn't come out that well at all. Semi-failure, I guess I'd say on that one. But nevertheless an interesting experience. A couple of my persimmons actually turned into some sort of dried hoshigaki. I must say, I'm curious what this tastes like. It kind of looks really good, actually. That's excellent. I might have to retry my hoshigaki experiment next year when it's not dumping rain for like 3 weeks.
Some man get so jaja while they were standing on their own 2 feet. And those who've eyes to see, they blinded by deceit.
Cool.
Oh my god, dude, high five, dude. There appears to be a crab in my bedroom, and he's just crawling around in my dirty clothes. I imagine this was an escapee from my crab soup last week.
An escapee in the bedroom.